Maury glanced at the four severe-looking men surrounding him. "You guys do this a lot, Lieutenant Coulson?" He grimaced at his own voice, so loud in the small chamber.
As little as possible,
the big man with the lieutenant's insignia answered.
First time inside?
The young technician was sweating bullets. His breath noisy burst through his nostrils. "Yes, sir." It had been easier in the first years after Area 187 had been created, when Homeland Security and the Feds ran it all. That was before Homeland decided it was more cost-effective to farm out the maintenance tasks of the facilities and perimeters to private contractors. At least they listened to reason and had been convinced against privatizing the security forces. Coulson pulled a clipboard off the wall and scanned a few documents.
"You've completed your perimeter training. Where's your checklist?"
he asked, his eyes narrowing. Maury's grew wide for a moment before he patted a few pockets and came out with a folded piece of paper. "I have it here, sir. Sorry." Coulson snatched it from his fingers and looked it over.
"You sure you have everything?"
he asked as he looked over the list.
"I don't want to do this again because you forgot your fucking pliers."
"The company has toolkits for each job. We're required to carry 2 when there's only 1 technician going out." Maury looked at the other 3 men, but they had already pulled their form-fitting hoods over their faces, making them unreadable.
"Okay then, let's review. No noise. Once we walk out, you're a church mouse, and you keep your tool noise to a minimum. You work quiet, and you work quick. The time allowed for a sensor relay replacement and diagnostic for this sector is 38 minutes, minus travel. It will take us 12 minutes to reach the worksite and 12 minutes back. I want to be back in this room in less than 1 hour. Got it?"
Maury nodded, the full realization of the work ahead settling as comfortably as a rusty hacksaw in his mind. He was going into Area 187. This wasn't in the Technical College's brochure. What if they come around?"
"Contact isn't your job. Focus on your job. We'll worry about everything else. The faster you do it, the less we'll have to worry about it. Just shut up, move when we move, and you'll do just fine."
Maury nodded again and took a shuddering breath. Coulson looked at him dubiously, then slid his own hood into place. Sempertech was a union shop, the easy work of maintaining the facility, buildings, and equipment snatched up by seniority. That left the dangerous work of maintaining the sensor networks and physical defenses to men with the lowest seniority. Consequently, them with the least experience not only in their jobs, but in working within the area's buffer zone.
"Communications check,"
Coulson said. Each man put a hand to the small control unit strapped to their tactical harness as the control room cycled through a series of tones. Each tone carried its own meaning, such as stop, go, right, left, contact, and a host of other commands and information. Maury looked around slowly as the unfamiliar tones sounded in his own earpiece. Anyone going to the area received extensive training, and the signal tones were a big part of it. That was another problem with being forced to use the lowest seniority. Just when you had a tech that had really absorbed the system, he bid out to a better job.
"Test backup voice,"
Coulson said into the small microphone on his collar. Maury jerked as Coulson's voice bit into his ear. Coulson grimaced at him, then reached down to Maury's radio and turned the volume down.
"Voice is a last resort, kid."
"Yes, sir." Maury was trembling now, a fact that hadn't escaped Coulson.
"Look, kid, I haven't lost a tech yet. You'll be fine. It's just another job."
Coulson spun Maury roughly and started tugging on his straps and equipment. After several adjustments, he spun him back.
"Your straps were loose. Loose makes noise. And handles. Lock and load, gentlemen."
Maury had expected to hear the crack and snap of metal as the men charged their weapons. Instead, the metallic sounds were softer than 2 dimes clinking together, the well-oiled composite materials deadening most of the noise.
"Control,"
Coulson said into the air.
"Ready for odor neutralization."
"Stand by for odor neutralization,"
a woman's voice said into the room. Coulson looked pointedly at Maury's head and nodded. Maury, confused, touched the top of his head, then realized he was the only man in the room without his hood on. He pulled it out of his back pocket quickly and struggled it down over his ears, rolling it until the Kevlar lace material completely covered his head and neck. Just as the young technician adjusted the hood for his eyes and mouth, small jets in the ceiling spewed a fine, powdery mist down onto them. Maury hacked and wheezed for several moments, eyes and nose running into the itchy, reinforced fabric of his hood.
"Guess I should have reminded you to hold your breath, huh? You'll be okay in a second."
The other men chuckled low as Maury tried to wipe the tears from his eyes. "What the hell's in that stuff?" Maury asked, punctuating the question with a sneeze.
"Can't pronounce it, just know it works. Your son will be dead in for about an hour, as long as you don't start sweating like a whore in church."
"What happens if I do?" Maury asked when his breath finally came back.
"The more you sweat, the harder you breathe. The harder you breathe, the more likely you are to make contact. And what's the first rule of Area 187?
Don't make contact. That rule had been drilled into Maury every day for the last 2 weeks during his training.
"Well, at least you made it to class that day,"
Coulson said.
"Control, final sit rep."
All quiet on the southern front, Lieutenant. We haven't had a sensor hit all night. Current time is 01:45. Current temperature is 48 degrees. Skies are clear and the moon is full. Satellite reports show no major activity in your area of operation. Video surveillance negative. Sensor report for grid location 36 at 30 and 2 is still a blank page. We're hoping you can fix that for us. Video surveillance unaffected. We should have visual on you for the duration. We are ready and waiting for your mark.
Coulson took a quick glance at his team, his gaze lingering for a moment longer on Mari.
Don't fuck this up.
Coulson waited for Mari's uncertain nod, then brought up his HK and flicked off the safety.
Mark.
A moment later, the large door before them slid soundlessly into the wall, giving Mari his first look at the mile-and-a-half buffer zone behind the wall that separated Area 187 from the rest of the world.